As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive that I might have judged a poor person based off their appearance. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything my kids have in one bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video.
There's so much to unpack in this video. First of all, a lot of people are not understanding how she could be in this position for a 3-year time span and have children on top of it. She's received a lot of criticism. She does have a husband that she's supposed to be married to for about 7 years, and she had support and she had people that did not support. Let's listen from both sides.
6, 7 kids in the 1-bedroom situation. I feel like everybody who is hanging her on the cross, I feel like you need to pipe down a little bit, because when you really think about it, your mom, your dad, they was out here doing things on the flip. Like, if you be honest, like, some of us are a product of single mothers or single fathers. Like, let's be real. Some of our parents were not responsible. Some of our parents did not know how to financially do things properly. Okay. Now us as adults now, we can pick up on some stuff, but I think y'all are being a little bit too liberal. Just like when your mom was beating on you for no reason, and she was just mad one day because she was a single mom coming off of work and you didn't clean up the closet good enough, so she beat you. It didn't click for her. She thought beating you would help just her day, period. And it didn't help. It just kind of made you get tortured. So you got to give people grace, okay? Give people grace just like how you give your parents grace when they was raising you, okay? I think everybody's being too liberal here. Okay, I feel like, just me personally, like I said, I grew up with people living like that. I knew people who was living like that, okay? And it wasn't a big deal. But they ended up upgrading when they had the chance, okay? I know people who was living in Blue Cross Blue Shield shelters, you know what I'm saying? And the parents was really going through, you know? They really was going through with some stuff. And the kids had to really shack up in a 1-bedroom for real. And it was all free. Like, they just didn't have enough to pay rent. You do know there are genuinely poor people out here. Like, you have to stop being so entitled. You got to stop thinking that you're the only type of people out here living in America. And I feel like if anybody posts a video like that, I really think you should just pray for them or try to get them some help. That's what you should do, because obviously if she has 7, 6 kids living in a 1-bedroom with a man, her priorities are not there, and she is not processing how to properly handle situations. So she needs some type of assistance or growth over time to realize, I should have probably did this or that. Like, you have to realize certain people, they probably weren't raised like you. It didn't click yet. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait till that click. Like, obviously nothing clicked for her to, if she had the money to elevate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just shouldn't be judging people, because sometimes they were like really ignorant in that time. And I don't mean ignorant in a bad way. I mean not knowing.
Resilient Jenkins, family of 6, living in a 1-bedroom apartment. Let's talk about it. And it's not going to be from the perspective that you probably think it's going to be, because I'm not going to sit here and judge this mama. I'm not going to judge this mama because I was this mama. And my past has a rap sheet of its own. When my husband and I met 7 years ago, we were a family of 5 at that time, living in a single bedroom, not even in our own apartment, but in a trailer that we shared with his brother and his family. The only difference between me and her is that I wasn't brave enough to put my life online back then. And I can almost guarantee you that when she decided to start sharing her life online, it was in hopes to change her family's life financially. If even half as much time that's being spent making these hateful videos could be spent supporting her content, lifting her up, leaving words of encouragement, imagine the impact we could have. Imagine the impact we could have on her and her family's life. We all make mistakes. We all have our trials and tribulations. We all go through things and we grow through things. Imagine what a better place this world would be with half as much hate and less judgment. Ladies and moms, I ask you today to just try not to judge one another. Try to be kind to one another. Try to see things from different perspectives. Not everybody lives the same life. And just imagine how that mom is feeling. Because I can almost guarantee you she's harder on herself than y'all are even on her. Be kind. Be kind. That's all I'm saying. Just be kind. Resilient Jenkins, Mama, I see you. I see you, I was you, and I believe in you. Don't give up. Keep pushing. You got this. And cheers to that.
With all the support she's been getting, a lot of people started questioning the things she started asking for as far as her Amazon list. Let's check it out.
So Resilient Jenkins, the family that has 6 people, almost 7 living in the 1-bedroom apartment, posted an Amazon wish list. And y'all, some of the items on there are just a real head scratcher. So let's get into it. How come we need a $40 car wash kit? $60 air duster? $80 pillows? This is a set of 6, so maybe each person at least could get one. Tons of car cleaning stuff. And like, granted, there's lots of stuff on here that is like normal stuff, like towels and sheets and like that sort of, you know, those sorts of things. Why do we need a $20 men's hairbrush? This sent me a $30 ring light and somebody bought it for them. Somebody also bought them a door security bar. Somebody also bought them bunk beds. And I just want to point out that these bunk beds are $189. If you add up just the car care items, the ring light and the hairbrush, it's the same price as those beds. And to me, this just highlights what the real conversation is, that the priorities just seem to be all over the place.
Something crazy that I am surprised I haven't seen a video about when it comes to that family that everybody's talking about that has 5, 6 kids living in a 1-bedroom. The kids sleep on the floor in the living room. You know who I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen the videos. Something that I haven't seen people talk about is the fact that they are going to be receiving hundreds to thousands of dollars from the TikTok Creator Fund alone based off of their videos going viral now. I just watched a video of a woman talking about how people that bought things off of their registry are stupid, basically, because they have poor management with their resources that they do have. And I agree with all the critiques about this family as it is. Like, your children should not be sleeping next to your front door on foam pads on the floor while you sleep in your comfortable bed with a door in the bedroom. You shouldn't be actively trying to procreate when you don't have the resources for adequate space and privacy for the kids that you do have. All of that, obviously, I agree with. But you guys, the more that you talk about these people and the more videos you make talking about them, the more money they are making from us. As somebody whose account is monetized through the Creator Fund, and I'm assuming theirs is as well because they have over 10,000 followers, they make videos that are over a minute long. The views that the money per views that they're making on that is probably anywhere from, 20 cents to $2. I don't know what their algorithm is, but say, on average, they get $1 per 1,000 qualified views. Each of their videos have over 1 million views. That's around $1,000 per video. They also tagged their location as being Portland, Oregon. As somebody who is actively looking at the real estate market in Portland, because we're considering moving to the Pacific Northwest, a 1-bedroom apartment in Portland cannot be more than $1,000 a month. So regardless of if they were making this amount of money before people started blowing them up, they probably weren't, but now that they're blowing up, the Creator Fund pays out on the 15th of each month. So I'm sure that they have thousands of dollars waiting in their little balance, waiting to be cashed out on November 15th. And even if their RPM is low, I'm sure they have at least several months worth of rent waiting for them in the Creator Fund. It's time to see what they do with that. I know that the dad is in their live talking about all the excuses of why he can't work. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Weak behavior. That's, ugh. But assuming that they are going to be getting a large sum of money from the Creator Fund in a couple weeks, let's see if they get their kids beds. Let's see if they move to a slightly larger apartment. because absolutely zero sympathy should be felt for grown adults who cannot manage large sums of money coming in for them in desperate times, which they say they are. And I know a lot of people don't know about the creator fund and how much it pays, and like don't even think about that aspect if you're not somebody that like creates content on TikTok. But as somebody who does get paid from the creator fund and from views like that, trust me when I tell you, they are about to have a large amount of money coming to them. So let's see what they do with it. I'm so tired of seeing people get huge platforms from being mediocre human beings and mediocre parents. These are not the people that we should be supporting with our views and with our time and attention. Our time and attention is giving them money, which for their children's sake, I hope they use wisely. But in general, the attention that we're giving to them and blowing their videos up is giving mediocre people the opportunity to be influencers. So I'm going to end this on a positive note and say I hope that they take the money that they're going to be earning from social media and use it to turn around their situation for the sake of their children and their new baby. And I also hope that they take the advice of one of the millions of people commenting and hop on some form of birth control.
Now people are starting to be more torn about the situation because the husband's first baby mama stepped out and now she is speaking about how the husband is a deadbeat. Let's listen. It's going to be 2 clips. Bear with me. They're going to say the same thing but different endings. Bear with me and then just leave your comments of what you think about this situation below.
Children are okay. Yeah. They're in a safe environment with 2 parents that love each other. I keep on hearing a lot of women saying, this is ridiculous. You have brought children into this world, into poverty. The reality is she had 2 children. He had a son. So before they decided to have children of their own, they already had 3 children. She's about to have her 3rd child with this man. She didn't have 6 children for him. Second, children don't know they're poor until someone else points it out. And I saw the video and all I see is that she is a loving mother. She cooks for them. She brushes their hair. Those children look healthy, well taken care of. Poverty is not a disease. It's a condition that people can improve. These children are not being abused. And if you ask them, they will tell you that they're very happy. He had a son that lived with him by himself, and she had 2 daughters that lived with her in a single parent household. But now that they're a combined family, those children are happy. Give this family a chance. They'll get a bigger place. Don't be quick to judge. The reality is she had 2 children. He had a son.
Hi. Since we're on here speaking about the resilient Jenkins, actually, he has more than 1 son. Hi, I'm the first baby mama. I'm absolutely embarrassed at the fact that that's my sperm donor. I will not be posting my child on here because y'all not gonna know. But my son is almost 12. Since everybody wants to kind of chime in, that man that everybody's saying they have 2 loving parents walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Okay, hasn't seen his son since he was 5, and that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation, and at the time he only had 1 child, which was the little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now my oldest, who's at the top because he will be 12, doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings. So no, they didn't meet when he had 1 child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5. I feel bad for those kids. I literally feel bad for my child's siblings, sad to say, that they have to sleep on the floor. And that man has not changed. And it's disrespectful. Mind you, my child's name is being changed. I'm at work, but I keep seeing this shit, and it makes my blood boil. My son doesn't have to worry about anything. He's in a loving home. He has grandparents. He has his aunties, his uncles, close family members that are surrounded. My son is loved, and he knows he's loved. And I'm so glad I kept my son out of that situation. Because I never not wanted my son to not know his dad. And he's asked, and I've tried. I have receipts. I've tried to get him to be a part. Even his son asked, Mommy, I just want to know my dad. Why can't I see my dad? Mind y'all, when that happened, I reached out to him. He read the message, never replied. So I had to put my son in counseling just because I knew it was bothering him, and there was nothing that I could say that was going to help him. I just told him, your dad made choices, and he chose to make those choices. It has nothing to do with you. So for people that are saying like, oh, they're in a one-bedroom apartment there with 2 loving parents. No, that's not love. You don't put your kids on the floor. You sacrifice for your kids. You don't put your kids on the floor. His priorities were messed up, and that's why we never worked the fuck out. That's why we didn't work out. Because his priorities, as you guys can see, are all messed up. And now you're going viral. For what? And then you continue to make more babies, and you couldn't even take care of the first one that you had. He don't even know you, but he wanted to know you. You don't even know how great of a kid you got. And I'm so blessed that he doesn't have to worry about being in that situation. He would never have to be there. But what I am sad for is he's never going to know his siblings. And the way Portland is so small, no telling if he would ever run into his siblings when he gets older and not even know it. I have to protect my baby, y'all. I can't even let him see this. He don't have no phone, but I'm sure there'll be somebody out there that can, and he'll see it. So now I have to kind of keep him at bay and let him know myself. But, yeah, Andrew, I hope you showed up to your court case for your child support. That was on October 2nd. It is October 29th. See, she said in her live earlier that God has been blessing them. No, baby. God ain't blessing you. Andrew's karma is about to do a 360. And while the Oregon's been looking for you, Andrew Alexander Jenkins, all the shit you've been doing, literally all the shit you've been doing is going to come back tenfold. Your dad, bless his soul, that he ain't here to see this. You're an embarrassment. I'm sick. But I have the most beautiful son. And he would never be nothing like you. Ever. He has a heart of gold. He's a leader. Do you hear me? My son gets compliments about how he is. He's bright. Oh, he's bright. But that last name that my son is carrying is coming off. Off. You've heard my son in ways that I can't explain. And he may not show it. But I know sometimes it bothers him. So what I'm going to do is protect my baby. But what I do know, what I really do know, is the 12 years you've been running, no matter if you got clean or not, no matter if you got clean or not, you're still doing the same bullshit. Same bullshit. 12 years. My baby be 12. And you're still on the same bullshit. And every time, and it's not something that I want to fucking know. Nothing that I want to know. Nothing. You're an embarrassment. She's an embarrassment. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what people are saying. It's an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed. And if you could sleep at night knowing that your kids sleep on that floor and you're able to just be up in a room decked out with a PS5 and you don't even take care of your first child and you think you about to be blessed. Oh no. God don't work like that. God don't work like that. Not the God I serve. Not who I talk to. Not who's protecting me. Not who's been protecting my child. So yeah, keep thinking that they're in a house with two loving parents. No, they're in a house with two selfish parents who don't care about their upbringing and live nasty. And that's why my son was never around. And I'm so glad. And I'm so glad I'm raising a well-mannered young man. With the help of my family and my husband. So Resilient Jenkins, keep thinking you're about to be blessed. Because shit's about to hit the fan. For you, Andrew. For you. Because I sent it to the case.
Well, it's not.
I guess a public response, kind of.
Yeah, our public response.
Cool. What should we address first?
Let's address the child support thing.
Child support. Okay. The child support and child. I have the one other child, Anthony. I've been paying child support via garnishments ever since I can remember. I worked at W-2 since I was 18, 19. Worked nights, multiple jobs, never made above 22 an hour.
Work jobs that worked your body to the bone and...
Yeah, I worked retail, I worked overnight, I worked at Home Depot. Where else did I work? I worked at Jackson's, I worked at Grocery Outlet. I pumped gas, I pumped gas, I did HVAC for a year, and even HVAC, people say, oh, HVAC, you pay, hey, I was there for a year, doing the most work, coming on the weekends to do scrap metal, and then going to Jackson's, and I only got like $4 raise after a year, and people got an $8 raise, making 32 plus, and they sat me at 24.
Now, the HVAC company, that's a whole other story in and of itself, because he drove all over the place for that company. He was the one working the hardest for that company, and yet they would not increase his pay. They increased the pay of 3 of the other employees while he was working there.
Anything. It's my workload didn't equal out what I felt to what I was getting paid, or deserved to get paid, especially how fast I was picking things up and how hard I was working. And there wasn't any complaints. The complaint was, oh, you're requesting too many days off. Yes, because I want more money, so I'm trying to find other ways to make money. And then I went back to Jackson's. Went back to Jackson's and I worked days and nights, 60 hours plus, and tried to make sure I washed every window, tried to do every little detail to get any kind of tips.
This man has done everything he can to provide.
The child support thing, I don't know what to tell anybody. I've been paying for years via garnishment. They've taken out 9-10 grand from taxes, and I let them. I didn't fight any of it. If the other party hasn't received it, that is not on me. I don't have any of that money. I think I owe $6,000 is all I owe, which most of that got taken care of last year, and everything else is via garnishment, except for now, because I haven't gotten. I guess except for now, I'm 4 or 5 months behind. Things happen. So it's not like I don't know about it. What else? How?
They want to know why you're not involved in stuff.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I don't need to explain why. I don't need to explain everything. I can't explain everything.
And that's the thing. It's not their life for us to explain. It's our life. It's our perspective. It's what we've been through.
Well, people are gonna judge regardless,
and that's fine.
I know. I've been judged all my life. I'm just letting them know they think the child support's one thing, and this is if they believe people are gonna believe one side or the other. That's entirely up to whoever watches or listens to this. And same with the job thing. I've worked and people think, oh, you never blah blah blah. I've worked. I always work, and I hate not working, but I hate also not getting paid for my time or for my worth. And people say, oh, you don't know your worth. Of course I know my worth. Everybody should know their worth.
Hence why we're no longer.
I've done plenty of jobs in my lifetime. I feel like I should get paid a certain amount. What else are we addressing? The destructiveness.
Yeah, there's
a speculation going around that we bought, quote unquote, bought foam toppers for our kids. They had frames, they had mattresses, sheets, pillows, the works, even little drapes on their
princess tapestries.
Yeah, they hung on everything and bent everything and broke it and tore it down, and
kids are destructive. They're especially our two girls. They
bent the hell out of the metal frames and all that, making it more or less a hazard. So we had to remove it from the house, and then they tore up their sheets and all bed covers and all that. And if you guys don't know, when anybody orders a bed is a giant piece of foam. When you go on to order a bed, it says foam mattress or memory foam with the pillow topper. It's all foam. If you guys didn't know, it's just I thought that was common knowledge, but I guess that's something that you guys know now.
There's this impression that I don't want better for the children, which doesn't make any sense to me. That's all I want is better for our kids. More space, more opportunity. And you say, oh, she's been posting about this for 3 years, and for 3 years I've been doing my absolute best to try to make something happen. And I did too. I worked W-2 jobs for a long time, and I'm not gonna justify the reason that being home with my kids, It's either I pay someone to watch my kids and raise them a way that I don't agree with, or I stay home and raise my kids and get to watch them grow and become their people. And that's the choice that I would rather have.
Oh, and of course, people think I want to stay in a one bedroom.
That's
no.
what I'm saying. They think we want to stay.
They think we want to stay in
one
bedroom. Things have increasingly got more expensive over the years.
Mm-hmm.
My rent has gone up.
It's gone up $300 since we got together.
Yeah, because it was what, $950.
Yeah.
People are going to judge me and have always judged me. All my life. That's nothing new to me. That's nothing new to me. All I know is I'm trying to do the best of with what I got. How I'm trying to do the best with what I have and how I know best. And people say, yes, get a W-2. I would love to get a W-2 that paid me decent enough. But getting a W-2 at 18...
Why does it just got to be about the pay?
20,
why does nobody consider the health aspect? That most of these W-2 jobs are sucking the life out of you. Why doesn't that matter?
Oh, because they don't care. It's not, and I get it. It's not about me. It's about my kids. But also, I can't.
Well, you don't want to be here for your kids.
That's the thing. I want to be here for my kids, and I don't want a job to suck the life out of me. So I'm coming home. I'm going to work hating my job, and I'm hating my life because my job is sucking the life out of me. That's how Jackson's was. Jackson's was okay, but it was
if we had worked at Jackson's, we will be stuck here the rest of the kids' lives. We made the decisions we made to get out of here.
Yeah,
business.
I guess here's the other thing. They'll probably say, get a second job. I've had second job, and this is why I am pre-diabetic and on heart medication. Because I've had a heart attack and went into AFib, and I'm on heart pressure medication. Not making an excuse, but I overworked myself and didn't eat and didn't sleep and didn't eat and didn't sleep to make sure bills were getting paid. It's not like I wasn't. I would like a job that's one job. If I were to have a W-2, one job that pays well. I don't want 2, 3 jobs. That's not fair. I know that life ain't fair. Life is not.
So, you want to know what's funny, y'all? This is the recent affidavit I received, right? So, if you've been paying what you said you've been paying, Andrew, why do they need this? Did you do it? Did you do it? Oh, yeah, Stephanie. Do you want me to, do you want me to send you the message that I sent you back in August with the affidavit? You fucking cluck. Do you? Oh, Andrew, do you want me to go back to my messenger? To my messenger. Do you want me to go back to my messenger? I could pull up all the shit. I don't care how many jobs you had. You never stayed at one. And when he was getting a little itty bitty bit, he wasn't getting much. I remember getting in my account that from the state of Oregon, they sent me 5 cents, nigga. They sent me 5 cents, nigga. You ain't paid much. Sit up there with that bitch. You got me fucked up. I will air your shit out, nigga. Air your shit out, nigga. You got me fucked up. I got receipts. I have every court document that has been sent to me. This is my recent one. Did you show up, nigga? Sit up there stuttering like a motherfucker. You can't even get your motherfucking story straight. You stupid bitch. You pissed me the fuck off. You done set me off. Now I'm unhinged. Got me fucked up. Want to sit there and play stupid. You sit up there in that nasty ass apartment. Don't ever forget, nigga, when you did see my son, when he was about 6 or 10 months old, and you took him to some random bitch's house, and she was up in there. She lived like a fucking hoarder, and I took you outside politely, nigga. Don't sit up there and don't play me. I took you outside politely, nigga, and I said, don't let you ever have my baby in a dirty-ass house. He was about 6 or 10 months old when that shit happened, nigga. You want to play with me? I told you, don't play with me, Andrew. You know I don't play with me, Andrew. I will air your shit the fuck out. Air it the fuck out. I ain't doing no shit for clout. I don't have to worry about it. I'm a normal ass human being. I'm a normal ass human being. I work. I do my nails. I work. I'm a caregiver. I take care of my oldest. I take care of my stepson when we have him. And I have my baby, who will be 6. I ain't got time for no fucking clown. I ain't got to chase nothing, bitch. I ain't got to chase nothing after you motherfuckers. But I will expose you, Andrew, because you ain't done shit. The last time I got a giant-ass payout from the state of Oregon, because it didn't come from you, and the pieces of taxes that I did get, that was back in 2017, nigga. It's 2024. You fucking cluck. Now speak on that, bitch.
I was wrong. Some of the statements that I made about this family were taken without doing proper research. My opinion about this family has always been about the safety and welfare of these children. And when I talk about safety, I talk about abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, or essay abuse. The reason I'm retracting my video is because what I see now is that although these children are not being currently abused, they have the potential of being profited from and also being exploited as used as a vehicle for them to get fame and fortune. I cannot support a woman that will have children just to get social media clout, and at the same time does not meet the needs of the children they already have. Although I try not to tell women when they should or not have children, I believe that is their personal choice. And the fact that they're receiving social services should not be a reason enough for anyone to go after this woman and tell her not to have any more children. However, by seeing the living conditions that these children are now living, and the fact that the father has not 1 but 2 children, I do believe that it is a poor choice to have more children just in order to develop a vlogging channel, because that's ultimately what I see in the future for this family. And I will never partake or participate in any vlogging channel where they exploit children in order for them to profit from them.
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone.